Well, Lisa, Pierre Poilievre has tried to run out front, but now he's got competition from Leslyn Lewis. How powerful are social conservatives, and what impact will she have on this race?
I don't know whether you can say that she has the whole of the social conservative vote, because what I have been seeing is that some of the folks who you would put into that part of our party have come out to support Mr. Poilievre already. So I don't know whether or not it's going to be as strong a solid vote as it was last time. And certainly it was, because the metric for that is how many people fell off the ballot as it just came down to Peter MacKay versus Erin O'Toole, meaning that there were a number of people who just simply didn't vote for one or the other. They were only in for Leslyn Lewis, and when she dropped off the ballot, their vote disappeared into the ether. So that, to me, I don't know how much of that's going to come back this time. As I said, there are some folks who have already gravitated and said they're going to support Pierre.
Leslyn Lewis, Fatima, she's a lawyer. She was a rising star in the 2020 leadership race. Since being elected as an MP, though, her profile has a bit stalled. She was certainly questioning medical facts about some vaccines. What's your sense of her role in this race?
I mean, as you said, Evan, very little is known about her. She wasn't a critic in the Erin O'Toole cabinet, so we're going to learn more about her, I'm sure. And the one thing that stands out to me is that she was one of the Conservative MPs who did go out and meet the convoy when they were in Ottawa. And as you said as well, that her vaccination status has not been revealed. She's been very vocal about vaccines and hasn't really said where she lies on that spectrum. So there are a lot of questions about what kind of policies she would bring and what direction she would take the Conservative Party in, and I'm looking forward to learning more.
Okay, Bob, you broke the news that Jean Charest is going to declare his candidacy on Thursday. Pierre Poilievre has been attacking Jean Charest as he's not a liberal, he's not a conservative, he's a liberal. Just what's your sense of this race and how it's shaping up? The Charest factor, the Poilievre factor, the Lewis factor, maybe the Pat Brown factor?
Well, look, the Poilievre campaign have to be very happy that Ms. Lewis has put her hat into the ring. They wanted a social conservative to come in because as you get near third or second or third ballot, she can throw her support. They expect her support would go to Mr. Poilievre and not to Mr. Charest. And the Charest camp would like to see somebody like Patrick Brown, for example, or the other people that you mentioned to be able to come in the race, because he needs that support as well as you get into the first and second and third ballots. If they go that way, he needs these middle-of-the-road conservatives to throw their support to him. So, look, this race right now looks like it's a race between Mr. Charest and Mr. Poilievre, who looks like he's well ahead. So Charest is going to have to sell an awful lot of membership, and he needs other people to get in the race. Somebody like Patrick Brown would be perfect, because Mr. Brown knows how to sell memberships for the party. He did extremely well when he ran for the Ontario leadership in doing so, and they're counting on Mr. Brown to come in. And I wouldn't count him out, by the way, as a potential leader of the party as well. He's a very well-organized man.
Yeah, Lisa, they're just so different. How do you calibrate the vision that Pierre Poilievre has? He's got organization, he's got money, he's got caucus support. Jean Charest, you kind of think they tried the Jean Charest way when Erin O'Toole put out Brian Mulroney on stage, and then he got knifed in the front and the back. So was it a problem with the messenger, or is it the message?
I think this is going to be an interesting race for the reasons that Bob gave. I also think, though, that what conservatives want to see is they want to see vision, and they want to see really good speeches, and they want to see somebody who can sway the population. And that's what they're going to be looking at. The last leadership race was difficult. It was the beginning of the pandemic. Everything had to be done online. It was short. It was chaotic. And I was on the committee, so I take my share of the blame for all of that. But this one is different. This one will have in-person debates. This one will have in-person speeches and meetings across the country. So I don't know if we can really tell the way it's going to go, but I will tell you one thing. The French debates are going to be far more important this time. Last time, we had 4 contenders who really didn't have good French language skills. Yeah. This time, we have Charest and we have Poilievre. There's not going to be any passes for people up there who cannot speak good French.
Yeah, an equal weighting. Fatima, I mean, Pierre Poilievre already canceling the carbon tax, the cap and trade system put under by Mr. Charest. Inflation's a big issue. That's been Mr. Poilievre's main issue. How do you break this down?
I mean, you know, the conservative leadership race is on when carbon pricing enters the chat, right? And then that's what's happened. We've seen Patrick Brown weigh into it as well, even though he hasn't officially announced, and others are following suit. I think for me, as Lisa said, I'm hopeful, maybe naively, that there will be a serious conversation about what conservative policies look like on environment, on energy, on the pandemic, on healthcare, and all the other serious issues that we've seen become problematic and exacerbated during the pandemic in the last several years. I'd like to see a robust discussion. I'd like to understand better what conservative healthcare policy looks like, and I'm hoping that as opposed to taking shots at each other or talking in extreme rhetoric, we will see that, and we will see those conversations take place.
Yeah.
Bob, you got 20 seconds on the battle on the carbon tax in you?
Well, look, I mean, the Poilievre campaign, right from the get-go, has been kind of nasty. They've gone very hard after Charest on everything from carbon tax to the gun registry. But to Lisa's point, let's see what happens when there's a real debate and people have a chance to really look at what vision these leaders have for the country, because I do think Canadians want a serious alternative to the Liberals.